Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the free daily coaching call. Good morning and welcome to each and every one of you. Good morning to those that are watching on YouTube. I want to remind you on YouTube that you can visit us at www.freedailycoaching.com, and that will give you the ability to register for the webinar live and visit us over there at the freedailycoaching.com website so that you can register for the webinars and also get the updates for what we're doing here at Free Daily Coaching. So good morning and welcome to everyone. This morning, I wanted to talk about an idea, and this is just one idea. Now this, I want to preface what I'm going to talk about this morning with, this is simply my opinion. This is an idea that I was discussing with someone the other day on a phone call. And this is an idea that I put into application and it worked for me and it seemed very simple. And so I thought, well, what if I just tried to convey this message on Free Daily Coaching in just a matter-of-fact way, in just a way that I would do if I was sharing it with someone on the telephone, if I was talking to them and just sharing it with them on the phone. This is how I would do that. So I thought that this morning would be a good day to do this, and so that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So this is an idea, and if you're starting to market online, or maybe you've been trying to market online, you're not getting the exact results that you'd like to get, and you really want to start getting a result. Okay, so in my business, in my online marketing, I got to this place where I felt, right? It seemed, and let me not even use feelings, it appeared as if I was doing the same actions as other people. However, it seemed like other people were getting results, and they were getting a result that I was not getting. And because of that, I was getting frustrated. Okay, so that's where I was at. So when I got to that place, that was the place where I finally broke down and said, okay, whatever I'm doing, I'm doing something, I'm getting some results, but I'm not getting the exact results that I want. I'm not getting the results that I know I could achieve because I see other people achieving this. So when I got to that point, that was the point in my mind where I got to a place where I was willing to follow more direction. You see, up to that point, I had followed some direction. I had some results, and then I stopped, right? I got the result from the original action, and then I stopped. Either A, I stopped following direction, and most likely I stopped following and taking those actions. I got bored. Right? And so because I got bored, I stopped taking those actions. When I stopped taking those actions, I stopped getting results. So when I got to this place where I was willing and open again to follow some direction, I followed this one idea. And this idea, I think, is lost in what I see. And maybe I'm wrong, but from what I'm observing online and watching other people do, it seems like it's lost. And it's such a powerful strategy, and it's always misinterpreted. And so then people don't want to use it because they think, because they're coming from a place of lack and unabundance, that it seems like it would be counterproductive. However, it's probably the most productive, or one of the most productive methods that I've found. So let me explain what I'm talking about. I'm talking about simply using the power of promotion and focusing on someone else, and doing that like with intent and with purpose, and focused on a specific action to get a specific result. Let me explain. Finding someone to work with, to mentor with, that will actually guide and give you that direction that you want in your business can be an amazing experience if you allow them to pour into you, if you allow them to give you direction, and you're then willing to go follow the direction, even through the failures and through the success. Okay, so there's going to be both, and some are not going to be as pleasant as others. There's going to be some times where there's going to be some unpleasant things happen, right? Like, that's just business, that's just life. It's not all like sunshine and rainbows all the time. So that's what I was willing to find. I was willing to go out and search and find someone that would be willing to work with me. And I had to be, but this was the thing on my side, I had to be willing to then follow the direction. So what I did was I found someone that was doing something that actually that had results in their business, that was willing to work with me, that was willing to like pour into me. From there, I literally followed the directions. That's it. It was that simple. And this is the crazy part. Instead of trying to go out and promote everything under the sun, instead of trying to go and just do my own thing, because remember, I had already started Free Daily Coaching. I had already been doing this for a while, probably already maybe 6 months, a year, right? When I was into this next like phase of development. And so, or this next growth phase. And so what that looked like was, okay, how can I go and promote what this other person is doing? Because this is where I'm learning, and how can I then benefit, right? How can I make it mutually beneficial? How can I promote something that this person's doing? How can I get on board with what this person's doing, but also be able to learn from that person and also then make it financially viable, right? Is all of that possible? When I was able to learn how to do that, and it was simply going out and using exactly what my mentor was showing me, right? And then promoting. So for example, I'm just going to give an example. In this case, I'm speaking about working with Diane Hawkman. So in working with Diane, she had, let's say, the Deep Abyss being launched and coming out. Well, then I could go and practice the marketing techniques, the methods, and the skill sets that I had been learning, and just simply use that product, that service, as the main focal point. By doing that, I was able to make some residual financial money. B, I was able to help the person that was sowing and pouring into me financially prosper. And then also, in addition to that, what I was able to do is because my mentor wanted to see me be able to promote it, because they want to see you have success, but in this case, they want to see me have success, right? And also because it's going to be a reward for them as well. So it was a mutually beneficial financially, but then also when I take the work that I'm doing, when I say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm promoting, this is how I'm promoting it, they then have a even more vested interest to say, well, hey, what have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? And giving you other suggestions, right? Other ideas that could help to be able to get even better results. So this idea of going out and promoting someone else, not to say that you can't build yourself. The way in which to build your own brand in the beginning, if you got to start at the beginning, right? The way to which you build your own brand in the beginning is to merely, unless you're going to get right into product and service creation, unless you're immediately going to get into that, which most people are not. Most people want to leverage other people's work. Most people that we're talking to here at Free Daily Coaching, if you're starting a home-based business, most of you aren't creating your own product, your own service, a brick and mortar, that type of, or an electronic even product delivery. Most people aren't starting at that level. They're starting as an affiliate of something. So if you're going to be an affiliate of a specific platform, of a product, of a service, of a product within a platform, and you're going to do that, why not specifically hone in on a mentor that you could actually get, have access to, that you could actually work with, that has a business that is attractive to you, that you actually want to work with, that will be able to give, and this is the back half of that will be able to give you that type of coaching that you're looking for. When you're able to do that, and each and every one of us is looking for something a little bit different, right? When I was looking specifically at the time that I was seeking out and I found Diane in my marketing at that point, I was looking for someone that could further explain and help me decipher what it was that I was doing, because I was having some results. It wasn't that I was getting zero result. I was having a result. Okay. But then I was having a result and then I wasn't feeling like the satisfaction because I was still watching other people and they were having a bigger result. So I went to someone that had prolonged experience, that had been getting results over many years, and that seemed to be marketing in the same manner in which that I was, or that seemed attractive to me, right? A manner in which it was attractive to me. In this case, both of those things were true. That looked appealing to me, and it was also seemed to be like kind of what I was doing already. So it was like I wasn't really, it wasn't going out of my wheelhouse to do something crazy. So at that point, I was looking for that specific input, right? At other times in my career, at other times in my marketing career, I've been looking for other inputs, right? Trying to do other types of things. When I'm doing technical things, when I'm doing some like back end coding type of things like that, and I'm doing those types of projects, I have a different mentor. I go to someone else that speaks that language, that gives me the guidance in those areas. And then in that case as well, that same model that I just explained about finding someone, a mentor, and then literally honing in on what they teach, promoting what they promote, like helping them, plugging into what they're doing, and then following that direction, that has enabled me, those specific action have enabled me to be able to then plug in to these specific people. Okay. Then by doing that, you're able to get that feedback, that guidance in that direction. So I did that in all the areas that I wanted mentorship, excuse me, for my business. So what I would suggest, and this is just an idea that like I mentioned before, this is just one idea. This is an idea that I implemented that worked. It's simple, it's easy, and it works if you're a beginner. To go out and find someone that's having some success, that's getting the results that you want, that is doing business in the way that you want to do, right? There's something about what they're doing that attracts you to them. Go find that person. And then the second part of that is that person, you want to find someone that's going to pour back, that's going to give back into you, right? And not everyone's business model is set up to do that. Some people have one-on-one coaching. Some people have group coaching. Some people don't do any of that, right? And there's all different levels of that, meaning different levels of access and different financial levels. Those are all real things that you have access to. And the great part is you get to pick. You get to pick who you tap into, who you get to go promote. What you want to do can be congruent with who you're working with, right? You can go wherever your goals are. You find other people that have similar goals that want to build something similar, and you can follow exactly what they're doing, right? Like you've heard so many times before, success leaves clues. And if you're willing to be teachable, if you're willing to literally follow those directions, no matter whether you like them or not, whether you think they're right or not, right? Whatever your preconceived notions, if you're willing to follow the formula that's already been proven to work, then you have a good chance to achieve success. There's a good chance that you're going to get results, and the results will be favorable. However, most of us are unwilling to do that. So are you willing to take this idea to start, to be able to say, hey, you know what? To build my own brand, to build me, to get to build some authority. You don't just get the authority. You don't just become an authority just because you're out there publishing. Just because you promote things doesn't make you an authority. Just because you share affiliate links doesn't make you an authority. What makes you an authority is when you go out and what makes you an authority is when you go out and take action, you get results, and then you repeat that, and you do that over and over and over again. Then people look to you as an authority. Why? Because you're taking action and getting results. You guys don't come to Free Daily Coaching just because I do a webinar every day, just because I decided to do webinars. People come to Free Daily Coaching and then they watch these video replays on YouTube. They visit us over at www.freedailycoaching.com on a regular basis for a reason. They come here for motivation. They come here for tech tips, mindset, right? They come here to get the skill sets and to learn techniques to build their home-based business. And they do that because they know that I have some authority, because I've now done that and I've been doing that successfully for multiple years. How did I get there? I didn't just all of a sudden have multiple years of experience. The path that I got here in the beginning, what I did was promote other people. And even before, and I'm using a reference point, or when I was using a growth point to do some more building, right, in my business, and how I started really promoting Diane and some of the things that she was doing. And the reason I use that as an example is because, as I mentioned, that's when I really started to kind of codify and really understand what it was that I was doing. Before that, I was following direction. I was in a 100-day challenge. I had done some other things in my marketing, become a top enroller in my MLM, right? So I had done some things. I had some accomplishments, and that, again, all those accomplishments were because I learned how to promote. And I was learning how to promote other people and other things, not myself. And over time, what happened was then I started to build authority. And over time, I was able to start promoting myself, and people were starting to listen. And so what I see, and one of the questions that I'm hearing repeatedly, especially from clients that I work with and people that are working with me one-on-one, is that they're putting a lot of stuff out there, but they're not getting the desired response. And then I'm looking at how they're positioning things, how they're putting it out there, and they're putting it out there as if they were some like amazing marketer and they had all these results, instead of simply changing some of the wording and positioning it so that they were the bringer, right? They were the conduit, if you will. They were the in-between, the go-between between the person looking for the information and the person sharing and giving the information. And when you become that go-between, when you become that bridge, and you're able to hold their hand, both hands, you're holding this person's hand that's sharing the information, and you're holding this person's hand that's looking for the information, and you can be the connector. That's how you start to build that authority. However, in the beginning, it looks like a lot of people are just positioning it like they're going into it straight at it, like they're the authority, and they're not getting the response that they want. And I'm not saying I'm not saying not to step into your leadership. What I'm saying is develop yourself as a leader, become a leader. And for some of you, that's going to, some people, that's going to, the pathway, and this, if you imagine in a stairway, that staircase, for some of you, you're going to be able to go up that staircase a lot faster than others. And this is exactly why. Some of you already have leadership skills. Some of you have already been in a leadership role. Maybe that's what you already did in your corporate job. Maybe you've been doing that already. So you're going to bring some of those skill sets in. So as you start to apply this in your online marketing in your home-based business, when you start to apply this in your home-based business, you're going to be able to take those steps faster. That's just a reality. So now let me rewind just a moment and tell you that when I started doing this, one of the concerns I had was that I was having results, but other people seemingly were going faster. Well, some people already had, and this is what I didn't know. This is what I wasn't taking into account. Some of those other individuals that I was watching had other skill sets that I wasn't taking into account, is why it appeared that they were going up that staircase faster. Maybe they had been in business a lot longer. Maybe they had sales experience. Maybe they had already been in 5 other companies previous. Maybe they've been doing this for 15 years and finally they hit the mark, right? So there's so many different factors that I wasn't considering in. And then when I started considering those factors, I was able to see the staircase and go, oh, okay, I can totally make this is real. This is real now to me. This makes sense. They're bringing other skill sets to the table, which has enabled them to go faster. In some cases, I've been able to run up some portions of the staircase because I possess other skill sets as well. So each and every one of us bring a unique set of skills that at some point in the staircase, we're able to run, right? We're able to find a little groove, and each of us find it in a different place. Some of us find it in the beginning of the staircase. Some of us find us somewhere in the middle. Some of us find it way up near the top where we just, once we get to the certain spot, we're just able to boost. So, I was just reading the comments over there. So that's our call for this morning. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here at Free Daily Coaching. For those, again, that are visiting us over on YouTube, I want to encourage you to visit us over at www.freedailycoaching.com. Again, thanks for joining us this morning. Go out and look at what you're doing. Really take a minute and look at what you're doing and how you're positioning what it is that you're promoting. And is there a way to simplify what you're doing? And what this is really doing is using leverage, right? And leveraging the authority that already exists so that you can start to build and create your own authority. You can do that if you use this leverage and this idea of promotion. And that's where you can start as a new marketer. So thanks for joining us here at Free Daily Coaching. We'll definitely see you the next time.